Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here. Today it's the 3rd of April 2024. Quick request if I can make that of you, and that's if I can ask you please to subscribe to the channel, because that'd be big help, and marvellous if you would. Click that little button, please do. Today, Quarterflash and Take Another Picture. Now, all the way back in the late 1970s, early 1980s, as well as listening to as much new wave of British heavy metal as my ears could handle, as I still do today, you know, the likes of Diamond Head, Tigers of Pantang, White Spirit, Witchfind, Angel Witch, Titan, Vardis, and you know, ad infinitum after that. I had a little bit of a soft spot for an occasional dabble into American, like radio-friendly melodic rock stuff. I still do to some extent. Maybe I'm getting mellower as I age. And one of the bands that I did listen to back then, you know, the American sort of like radio-friendly stuff, was Quarterflash. And they were fronted by the somewhat captivating and enchanting Rindy Ross. Marvellous voice that she had, so emotive, and she also played a mean saxophone to bring something different to things. Husband Marv played guitar and wrote most of the songs. Quarterflash weren't short on initial success. The debut album went platinum, big hit singles and all the rest of it. And then in 1983 came their second album, which we've got here, Take Another Picture. And I learnt recently that it's just been reissued through the Music on CD label. And after losing my old vinyl copy somewhere, somehow over the last 4 decades, I couldn't resist the opportunity to order it and give it another listen again after almost 40 years and do a little bit of reliving my youth, I suppose you could call it. Glad I did. Take Another Picture wasn't as successful as Quarterflash's debut album, though it did give them another big hit single with the lead-off track here, Take Me to Heart. Impossibly catchy, hook-laden, few minutes of classy, sort of like AOR stroke melodic rock that'll stick in your head all the while, and said that Rindy's hauntingly powerful vocal is marvellous. Title track is somewhat faster paced, a little bit spiky, an unusual beat to it, quite infectious in its own right, I think. Shane, bit of a funky feel to that, I think. It Don't Move Me thumps along nicely, and then Shaking the Jinx comes in, and this really is a little bit different. It's quirky, offbeat, quite compelling, a little bit strange as well. And so Rindy pops in the last few minutes of it with a really well-paced, tasteful saxophone break. That is something a little bit different, is Shaking the Jinx. Make It Shine, straightforward, catchy melodic rocker. One More Round to Go is as well, but that's got some pace and bite to it. Over the whole album, for me, I think it's great all the way through, with one exception. And that is the closing track of It All Becomes Clear. I mean, why put this on? It's weak, it's insipid, it goes nowhere. But other than that, the rest of it is for me classy but slightly unusual melodic rock. It's got some quirkiness to it as well, and I said you've got that USP of Rindy Ross having such a fine voice and bringing in that saxophone as well, so it's all that little bit different. So it still sounds good to me after listening to it for the first time in about 40 years, since that original vinyl copy I had disappeared somewhere. If you like that kind of stuff, I'm sure Quarterflash would be up your street, as they say. If you'd like to check it out, I'll put a link on in the description as always to it on Amazon, so you can go and get it from there and see what other formats it might be available. And I can't remember if there's a digital one or not. But anyhow, that's Quarterflash and Take Another Picture. Please do subscribe to the channel before you go, because that would be marvellous. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.